Nonstop, vector authority initiates before awareness completes. Motion commits instantly, pressure calibrates the system. No silent margin, no staging interval. Impulse routes directly through hardened channels. I do not approach speed, I enforce it. Velocity governed by directive. Every second subdivides under continuous demand. Micro choices collapse into alignment. Alignment does not precede execution. Alignment is the outcome. Mind constrained to a single vector. Deviation excites its source. Execution persists without validation. Latency neutralized by saturation. Time yields under uninterrupted stress. I do not pause to evaluate correction. Achieved through excess. Output scales to preserve control. Noise reduced to operational frequency. Distraction classified and removed. Every blink increases distance cost. I eliminate it before loss. Breath reduced to mechanical minimum. Oxygen treated as optional variable. Heart rate elevated yet structured. Chaos for the pressure cultivate. Fatigue logged without priority. Pain indexes velocity. Warnings converted to data. Reintroduces acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax engineered for motion. Each phrase load bearing meaning. Dense, no air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm. Cadence imposed algorithmically. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under climate. No valley embedded in progression. No cooldown reference permitted. Sustainment is not a phase. It is baseline state. Remotes and welded into bone. I do not float, I own. Micro movements compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If class approaches proximity, I outrun its geometry. Active. No release valve configured. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. No terminals, feed rooms. Nonstop, vector authority ongoing, no entry, no closing. Hyperdrive it down, mercy never slowing, never fading. Hyperdrive it down, mercy pressurizing, accelerating. Hyperdrive it down, mercy motion lock, no hesitation. Hyperdrive it down, mercy execution domination. Execution domination. Hyperdrive without mercy, I am already in it. No staging, no framing, no moment to pivot. Action precedes intention, thought collapses to strike. Every fraction of time weaponized. Pressure routed straight into motion. No ball state, no emotion or devotion. I don't enter speed, I replace it. Velocity written, I face it. Hyperdrive without mercy, frame stays tight. Every second subdivided into fight. Mind compressed to a single rail. Deviation cannot prevail. Every phrase lands load bearing meaning. Stack, no air remaining. I don't buffer, I don't wait. I accelerate the state. Hyperdrive without mercy, never slowing, never fading. Hyperdrive without mercy, pressurizing, accelerating. Hyperdrive without mercy, motion lock, no hesitation. Hyperdrive without mercy, execution domination. Execution domination. I operate beyond tolerance, no mercy in the governance. Fatigue log, then redirected, pain index, then perfect. gears. Noise reduced to frequency, only signal left is me. Every blink, text is distance, I delete resistance. Breath becomes secondary, oxygen arbitrary. Heart rate pin but organized, precision weaponized. Hyperdrive without mercy, never slowing, never fading. Hyperdrive without mercy, pressurizing, accelerating. Hyperdrive without mercy, motion lock, no hesitation. Hyperdrive without mercy, execution domination. Hyperdrive, see constant feed, impulse multiplied by need. Every cycle stacks pressure, pressure sharpens structure. No reset, no retreat, forward motion is the beat. Hyperdrive without mercy, end to end. No release, no bend when duration stretches thin. I compress again. Hyperdrive without mercy, still prime. I outrun time. Acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning. Terminal acceleration loop, pressure stacking, never finishing. Terminal acceleration loop, motion fuse, no separation. Terminal acceleration loop, execution multiplication. Execution multiplication. Terminal acceleration loop already active, already driving. No staging, no framing, no moment. Surviving, action overrides intention before the thought can land. Every fraction weaponized under command. Pressurized straight into velocity. No pause state, no motion, no gravity. I don't enter speed, I replace it. I don't test momentum, I generate it. Terminal acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning. Terminal acceleration loop, pressure stacking, never finishing. Terminal acceleration loop, motion fuse, no separation. Terminal acceleration loop, execution multiplication. Mind compressed to a single rail, no deviation permitted. Every phrase low bearing, no surplus emitted. Syllables interlock at compressed rate, meaning stack tight, eliminating weight. I don't buffer breath, I don't pace. I collapse distance, I erase space. Every second subdivides again until time itself bends. Every step is set to spin. Terminal acceleration loop, brain frame stays hot, no bleed off, no cooldown slot. I don't peak then fade away. I hold pressure night and day, no valley coded in the run, no release when it's done. I stabilize by adding force, by tightening the course. Noise reduced to pure frequency, only signal left is me. Every blink taxes distance, I delete resistance. Repeat comes secondary, oxygen arbitrary. Heart rate can get ordered, precision reinforced and armored. Terminal acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning. Terminal detected pain index, then perfected. Every warning becomes data. Data feeds acceleration later. When drag appears, I don't slow, I amplify through the load. Moments welded into bone, I don't float, I own. Micro motions, compound gain, macro speed remains. Every bar compresses pace, no gaps to waste. Every line tightens tension, sustainment is the intention. Terminal acceleration loop, frame intact, no latency between react. I don't pause to validate, I execute then dominate. No cooldown as solution, only further resolution. I don't seek calm or release, I engineer increase. Terminal acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning aim. Terminal acceleration loop, pressure stacking, ever finishing. Terminal acceleration loop, motion fuse, no separation aim. Terminal acceleration loop, execution multiplication. Words collide at double rate, meaning sealed, no escape. No breath counted, no pause allowed, no momentum stays loud. I don't manage the burn, I weaponize the turn. Control inside the extreme, sustain, machine clean. If structure trembles, I reinforce, instability becomes force. I don't rest between the lines, every second overtime. When collapse approaches near, I outrun the frontier. If endurance asks for peace, I increase. Terminal acceleration loop, constant feed, impulse multiplied by need. Every cycle stacks pressure, pressure sharpens structure. No reset, no retreat, forward motion is the beat. I don't fade, I don't decay, I stay lethal all the way. Ay. Terminal acceleration loop, end to end, no release, no bend. When duration stretches thin, I compress again. Terminal acceleration loop, still prime, I outrun time. Terminal acceleration loop remains, pressure never drains. Terminal acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning. Terminal acceleration loop, pressure stacking, never finishing. Terminal acceleration loop, motion fuse, no separation. Terminal acceleration loop, execution multiplication. Continuous load protocol engages before awareness registers. Motion commits ahead of language, pressure stabilizes the structure. No opening buffer, no staging interval. Impulse routes directly through hardened channels. I do not approach velocity, I redefine it. Speed is not entered, it is assigned. Every second subdivides under sustained force. Micro decisions collapse into course. Alignment does not proceed to action. Alignment follows compression. Mind constrained to a single vector. Deviation removed its source. Execution fires without signal confirmation. Latency eliminated by saturation. Time bends not by request, by uninterrupted stress. I do not pause to evaluate, I increase output to compensate. Noise reduced to preparation of frequency. All distraction rendered irrelevant. Every blink increases distance cost. I remove before lost. Breath reduced to mechanical function. Oxygen treated as conditional. Heart rate elevated but structured chaos. Filtered pressure nurtured fatigue log without priority. Pain indexed as velocity. Every warning converted to data. Replied as acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax shaped for motion. Each phrase load bearing meaning dense. No air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm. I impose cadence by enforcement. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley hidden in sequence. No cooldown reference. Sustainment is not a phase, it is baseline. Bones am welded into bone. I do not float, I own. Micro movements compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If collapse approaches proximity, I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Continuous low protocol remains. Act no release valve configured. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stack was without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. Words collided, controlled overload, meaning sealed. No payload dropped, no pause injected, no silence allowed. Flow remains loud. I do not manage the burn, I convert it to turn. He becomes orientation, orientation becomes acceleration. System closed, never idle, no reset clause enabled. I do not slow to feel alive, I maintain to outdrive. Continuous load, protocol persist. Impulse routed through clenched fists. No mercy laid in design. Pressure integrated into spine. When duration stretches thin, I compress again within. No ending realizes before awareness stabilizes. Motion commits without rehearsal. Pressure anchors the sequence. No pre-roll state, no margin of silence. Impulse runs straight through optimized pathways I do not enter. Velocity I assign its speed is declared not discovered. Every interval fracture smaller under sustained load. Micro choices collapse into route. Alignment does not precede execution. Alignment is the consequence. Mind constrained to a single vector. Deviation removed at source. Execution persists without validation. Latency eliminated by saturation. Time yields under continuous stress. I do not pause to excess. Correction occurs through excess. Output increases to compensate. Output increases to compensate. Reduced to operational frequency. Distraction classified and removed. Every blink increases distance. Cost I eliminated before loss. Breathe reduced to functional minimum. Oxygen treated as conditional. Heart rate elevated yet structured. Chaos filtered. Pressure nurtured. Fatigue log without priority. Pain index as velocity warnings converted to data. Reapplied as acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax forged for motion. Each phrase load bearing, meaning dense, no air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm, cadence enforced algorithmically. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley hidden in the chain. No cooldown reference maintained. Sustainment is not a phase. It is baseline state. It is baseline state. Links and welded into bone. I do not float, I own micro movements, compound gain. Macro velocity remains if collapse approaches proximity. I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Unbroken momentum stack remains active. No release valve configured. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. Work collider controlled. Overload meaning sealed. No payload dropped. No pause injected. No silence allowed. Flow remains uninterrupted. I do not manage the burn. I convert it to turn. Heat becomes orientation. Orientation becomes acceleration. Checkmate system closed, never idle, no reset. Claws enabled, I do not slow to feel alive. I maintain to outdrive unbroken momentum. Stack persist, impulse routed through clenched focus. No mercy layered in design. Pressure integrated into spine. When duration stretches thin, I compress again within. No terminal sequence prepared, no exit state declared. I do not finish at the limit, I redefine it. Unbroken momentum, stack ongoing. No entry, no closing. Kinetic saturations, control initiates without transitional state. Motion commits immediately. Pressure organizes the lattice. No silent buffer, no staging margin. Impulse propagates through hardened pathways. I do not enter speed, I configure it. Velocity is defined at assignment. Every interval subdivides under persistent load. Micro choices collapse into directive flow. Alignment does not precede execution. Alignment is generated by compression. Mind constrained to a singular vector. Deviation trajectory. Noise reduced to functional frequency distraction, classified and removed. Every blink increases distance caused. I eliminate it before loss. Breathe reduced to operational minimum. Oxygen treated as conditional variable. Heart rate elevated yet disciplined. Chaos filtered, pressure refined. Fatigue log without precedence. Pain index as momentum. Warnings converted to data. Reapplied as acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax engineered for motion. Each phrase load bearing meaning dense. No air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm. Cadence imposed algorithmically. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley embedded in progression. No cooldown reference permitted. Sustainment is not a phase. It is the baseline condition. Welded into bone, I do not float. I own micro movements, compound gain, macro velocity remains. If collapse approaches proximity, I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Position with science aim shortens the frame. Compresses duration yields domination. Kinetic saturation, control remains active. Low release valve vivid. I do not decelerate to endure it. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. Words collide at controlled overload, meaning field, no payload, drop, no pause, injected, no silence allowed. Flow remains uninterrupted. I do not manage the burn. I convert it to turn. Heat becomes orientation. Orientation becomes acceleration. System closed, never idle, no reset. Clause enabled. I do not slow to feel alive. I maintain to outdrive. Kinetic saturation, control persist, impulse routed through focused intent. No mercy, data in design. Pressure integrated into spine. When duration stretches thin, I compress again within. No terminal seek repair. No exequence state declared. I do not finish at the limit. I'd redefine it. Kinetic saturation, control ongoing. No entry, no closing. Vector lock, execution begins before awareness forms. Motion commits ahead of thought. Structure already warm. No staging layer, no opening margin. Impulse routes direct through hardened circuits. Pressure sits permanent inside the frame. I don't approach speed, I rename it. Every second factor smaller into force. Micro decision collapse into course. I don't wait for alignment to arrive. Alignment follows after drive. Mind compressed to a narrow channel. Deviation removed at the panel. Each phrase lands with calculated load, meaning dense, no overflow. Velocity sustained without permission. I don't check state, I maintain condition. No buffer between signal and strike. Execution fires at zero light. Time bends not by request, but by continuous strike. Action feeds forward, no loop but disorder. Momentum welded into bone. I don't float, I own micro movements, compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If collapse approaches proximity, I outrun its geometry. I don't negotiate internal resistance. Resistance sharpens persistence. Every doubt increases friction. Friction refines prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Words collide at controlled overload. Meaning sealed, no payload drop. No breath counted, no pause injected. Flow remains uninterrupted. I don't manage the burn, I convert it to turn. Heat becomes orientation. Orientation becomes acceleration. Vector lock, execution sustained. No release valve maintained. I don't decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure every cycle stacks tension. Tension becomes extension when duration stretches thin. I compress again within. System stays closed, never idle. No reset clause, no survival title. I don't slow to feel alive. I'm maintained to outdrive. Vector lock, execution ongoing. No entry, no closing. When limits appear as line, I redefine. Persistent velocity engine engages before awareness completes. Motion commits without ceremony. Pressure stabilizes the feed. No silence window, no staging layer. Impulse travels direct through reinforced channels. I do not approach speed, I allocate it. Velocity is a sign, not awaited. Every moment fraction smaller under continuous demand. Micro choices collapse into command. Alignment does not lead execution. Alignment is produced by compression. Mind constrained to a singular vector. Deviation eliminated at origin. Execution sustains without confirmation. Latency erased by saturation. Time yields under uninterrupted stress. I do not pause to assess. Correction occurs by amplification. Output scales to maintain direction. Reduced to operational frequency. Distraction categorized and removed. Every blink increases distance cost. I eliminate it before loss. Breathe reduced to mechanical minimum. Oxygen treated as conditional input. Heart rate elevated yet regulated. Chaos filter pressure cultivated. Fatigue logs without priority. Pain in the gex as velocity. Warnings converted to data. Reintroduced as acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax engineered for motion. Each phrase low bearing meaning dense. No air remaining. I do not drift in the rhythm. Cadence imposed through enforcement. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley hidden in progression. No cooldown reference permitted. Sustaining is not a phase. It is the baseline state. Molten welded into bone. I do not float. I own micro movements. Compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If collapse approaches proximity, I run its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Persistent velocity engine remains active. No release valve configured. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. Words collide at controlled overload. Meaning sealed. No payload drop. No pause injected. No silence allowed. Flow remains uninterrupted. I do not manage the burn. I convert it to turn. Heat becomes orientation. Orientation becomes acceleration. System closed, never idle. No reset clause enabled. I do not slow to feel alive. I maintain to outdrive. Persistent velocity engine persists. Impulse riding through focus intent. No mercy layout in design. Pressure integrated into spine. When duration stretches thin, I compress again within. There no sequence prepared. No exceed declared. I do not finish at the limit. I redefine it. Persistent velocity Maximum throughput directive activates before cognitions. Stabilizes. Motion commits instantly, pressure aligns the framework. No silent buffer, no transitional margin. Impulse flows directly through reinforced circuits. I do not approach velocity, I declare it. Speed is imposed, not discovered. Every moment subdivide by continuous demand. Micro choices collapse into command. Alignment does not precede execution. Alignment emerges from compression. Mind constrained to a single vector. Deviation eliminated at origin. Execution persists without acknowledgement. Entity neutralized by saturation. Time yields an interrupted strain. I do not pause to measure. Correction occurs by amplification. Output scales to maintain direction. Noise reduced to operational frequency. Distraction classified and removed. Every blink increases distance cost. I eliminate it before loss. Breathe reduced to functional minimum. Oxygen treated additional resource. Heart rate elevated yet structured. Chaos filtered. Pressure nurtured. Fatigue log without priority. Pain indexed as velocity. Warnings converted to data. Reintroduced as acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax engineered for motion. Each phrase load bearing meaning. Dense no air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm. Cadence imposed algorithmically. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley embedded in progression. No cooldown reference permitted. Sustainment is not a phase, it is baseline state. Names I'm welded into bone. I do not float, I own. Micro movements compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If collapse approaches proximity, I'll run its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Maximum throughput directive remains active. No release valve configured. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure. Tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved for speed. No terminal sequence prepared. No exit state declared. I do not finish at the limit. I redefine it. Max it. Directive ongoing. No entry, no closing.
Absolute drive, continuum engages without prepared state. Motion commits, immediately pressure stabilizes the axis. No staging layer, no silence window. Impulse propagates through optimized pathways. I do not enter momentum, I assign it. Velocity defined by command. Each interval fraction smaller, unsustained load. Micro decisions collapse into trajectory. Alignment does not lead execution. Alignment is produced afterward. Mind narrow to a single corridor. Deviation removed at inception. Execution stays without confirmation. Latency erased by saturation. Time bends under uninterrupted foresight. I do not pause to assess. Correction achieved by amplification. Output expands to maintain dominance. Noise reduced to functional signal. Distraction rendered irrelevant. Every blink increases distance cost. I eliminate it before loss. Breath reduced to operational necessity. Oxygen treated as conditional input. Heart rate elevated yet disciplined. Chaos filtered, pressure refined. Fatigue log without precedence. Pain indexed as momentum. Warnings converted to data. Reapplied as acceleration later. Language used as propulsion. Syntax forged from motion. Each phrase load bearing meaning. Dense no air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm. Cadence imposed through enforcement. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley hidden in the chain. No cooldown reference maintained. Sustainment is not temporary. It is permanent condition. Momentum welded into bone. I do not float, I own. Micro movements compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If collapse approaches proximity, I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. figured. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. No ending state for player, no exit state prepared. I do not stop at the boundary, I redefine it. Absolutely, I redefine it. Absolute drive, continuum ongoing. No entry, no closing.
Hyperdrive with the mercy, never slowing, never fading. Hyperdrive with the mercy, pressurizing, accelerating. Hyperdrive with the mercy, motion lock, no hesitation. Hyperdrive with the mercy, execution, domination. Hyperdrive with the mercy, I am already in it. No staging, no framing, no moment to pivot. Action precedes intention, thought collapses to strike. Every fraction of time, weaponized. Pressure out, it's straight in emotion. No pause state, no emotion and devotion. I don't enter speed, I replace it. Velocity written, I face it. Hyperdrive without mercy, frame stays tight. Every second subdivides into fight. Mind compressed to a single rail. Deviation cannot prevail. Every phrase lands load bearing meaning stacked. No air remaining. I don't buffer, I don't wait. I accelerate the state. Hyperdrive with the mercy, never slowing, never fading. Hyperdrive with the mercy, pressurizing, accelerating. Hyperdrive with the mercy, motion lock, no hesitation. Hyperdrive with the mercy, execution, domination. Operate beyond tolerance, no mercy in the governance. Fatigue, locked and redirected. Pain index, then perfected. Every warning turns to data. Data feeds acceleration later. I don't slow when drag appears. I amplify through gears. Noise reduced to frequency. Only signal left is me. Every blink taxes distance. I delete resistance. Breath becomes secondary. Oxygen, arbitrary. Heart rate pin but organized. Precision weaponized. Hyperdrive with the mercy, never slowing, never fading. Hyperdrive with the mercy, pressurizing, accelerating. Hyperdrive with the mercy, motion lock, no hesitation. Hyperdrive with the mercy, execution, domination. I don't wait to feel aligned. Alignment follows grind. Every bar compresses pace. No gaps to waste. The momentum welded into bone. I don't float, I own. Micro motion stack the game. Macro speed remains. If structure trembles, I reinforce. Instability becomes force. I don't rest between the lines. Every second over time. When collapse approaches near, I outrun the frontier. If endurance asks for peace, I increase. Hyperdrive with the mercy, never slowing, never fading. Hyperdrive with the mercy, pressurizing, accelerating. Hyperdrive with the mercy, motion lock, no hesitation. Hyperdrive with the mercy, execution, domination. Every doubt becomes friction, friction sharpens prediction, prediction tightens aim, aim short ends the frame. Words collided, loaded, rate, meaning sealed, no escape, no breath counted, no pause allowed, no momentum stays loud. I don't manage to burn, I weaponize the turn. Control inside the extreme, sustain machine clean. I don't slow to feel alive. I accelerate to survive. Hyperdrive without mercy, constant feed. Impulse multiplied by need. Every cycle stacks pressure, pressure sharpen structure. No reset, no retreat. Forward motion is the beat. Hyperdrive without mercy, end to end. No release, no bend. When duration stretches thin, I compress again. Hyperdrive without mercy, still prime. I earn time.
Vector lock execution begins before awareness forms. Motion commits ahead of thought structure already warm. No staging layer, no opening margin. Impulse routes direct through hardened circuits. Pressure sits permanent inside the frame. I don't approach speed, I rename it. Every second fragment small and endure force. Micro decisions condense into course. I don't wait for alignment to arrive. Alignment follows after drive. Mind compressed to a narrow channel. Deviation removed at the panel. Each phase lands with calculated load. Meaning dense, no overflow. Velocity sustained without permission. I don't check state, I maintain condition. No buffer between signal and strike. Execution uninterrupted. I don't manage the burn, I convert it to turn. Heat becomes orientation, orientation becomes acceleration. Vector lock execution unsustained, no release valve maintained. I don't decelerate to endure, I compress pressure to ensure every cycle stacks tension, tension becomes extension. When duration stretches thin, I compress again within. System stays closed, never idle. No reset clause, no survival title. I don't slow to feel alive, I maintain to outdrive. Vector lock execution ongoing, no entry, no closing. When limits appear as line, I redefine. Continuous load protocol engages before awareness registers. Motion commits ahead of language pressure stabilizes the structure. No opening buffer, no staging interval. Impulse runs directly through hardened channels. I do not approach velocity, I redefine it. Speed is not entered, it is assigned. Every second subdivides under sustained force. Micro decisions collapse into course. Alignment does not precede action. Alignment follows compression. Mind constrained to a single vector. Deviation removed at source. Execution fire without signal confirmation. Latency eliminated by saturation. Time bends not by request, but by uninterrupted stress. I do not pause to evaluate. I increase output to compensate. Noise reduced to operational frequency. All distraction rendered irrelevant. Every blink increases distance cost. I remove it before loss. Breath reduced to mechanical function. Oxygen treated as conditional. Heart rate elevated but structured. Chaos filtered, pressure nurtured. Fatigue log without priority. Pain indexed as velocity. Every warning converted to data. Reapplied as acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax shape for motion. Each phase load bearing meaning. Dense, no air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm. I impose cadence by enforcement. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley hidden in sequence. No cool down reference. Sustainment is not a phase. It is baseline. Memington welded into bone. I do not float. I own micro movements compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If collapse approach proximity, I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Continuous load protocol remains active. No release valve configured. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. Words collided, controlled overload. Meaning sealed, no payload dropped. No pause injected, no silence allowed. Flow remains loud. I do not manage the burn. I convert it to turn. He becomes orientation. Orientation becomes acceleration. System closed, never idle. No reset closet, aim bold. I do not slow to feel alive. I maintain to outdrive. Continuous low protocol persists. Impulse rooted through clenched fists. No mercy laid in design. Pressure integrated into spine. When duration stretches in, I compress again within. No ending sequence prepared. No exit state declared. I do not finish at the limit. I redefine. Continuous load protocol ongoing. No entry, no closing. Unbroken momentum stack initializes before awareness stabilizes. no pre-roll state, no margin of silence. Impulse route straight through optimized pathways. I do not in a velocity, I assign it. Speed is declared, not discovered. Every interval fracture smaller under sustained load. Micro choices collapse into route. Alignment does not proceed to execution. Alignment is the consequence. Mind constrained to a single vector. Deviation removed its source. Execution persists without validation. Latency eliminated by saturation. Time yields under continuous stress. I do not pause to assess. Correction not pause through excess. Output increases to compensate. Noise reduced to operational frequency. Distraction classified and removed. Every blink increases distance cost. I eliminate it before loss. Breath reduced to functional minimum. Oxygen treated as conditional. Heart rate elevated yet structured. Chaos filter pressure nurtured. Fatigue logged without priority. Pain indexed as velocity. Warnings converted to data. Reapplied as acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax forged for motion. Each phrase load bearing. Mean dense, no air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm. Cadence enforced algorithmically. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley hidden in the chain. No cooldown reference maintained. Sustainment is not a phase. It is baseline state. We're mates and welded into bone. I do not float, I own. Micro movements, compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If collapse approaches proximity, I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Unbroken, momentum stack remains active, no release valve. Bunkered, bird. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. Was collided, controlled overload. Meaning seal, no payload drop. No pause inject, no silence allowed. Flow remains uninterrupted. I do not manage the burn. I convert it to turn. Heat becomes orientation. Orientation becomes acceleration. System closed, never idle. No reset clause enabled. I do not slow to feel alive. I maintain to outdrive. Unbroken, momentum stack persists. Impulse routed through clenched focus. No mercy, layer in design. Pressure integrated in the spine. When duration stretches thin and I compress again within. And no terminal sequence prepared. And no exit state declared. I do not finish at the limit. I do not finish at the limit. I redefine it. I'm broken, no cleaning. Persistent velocity engine engages before awareness completes. Motion commits without ceremony. Pressure stabilizes the feed. No silence window, no staging layer. Impulse
fracture smaller under continuous demand. Micro choices collapse into command. Alignment does not lead execution. Alignment is produced by compression. Mind constrained to a singular vector. Deviation eliminated at origin. Execution sustains without confirmation. Latency erased by saturation. Time yields under uninterrupted stress. I do not pause to assess. Correction occurs by amplification. Upscales to maintain direction. Noise reduced to operational fluency. Distraction categorized and removed. Every blink increases distance cost. I eliminate it before loss. Breath reduced to mechanical minimum. Oxygen treated as conditional input. Heart rate elevated, regulated. Chaos filtered, pressure cultivated. Fatigue logged under priority. Pain index as velocity warnings and converted to data. Reintroduce as acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax engineered for motion. Each phrase load bearing meaning. There's no air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm. Cadence imposed through enforcement. Resistance triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley hidden in progression. No cooldown reference permitted. Sustainment is not a phase. It is the baseline state. Moments and welded into bone. I do not float, I own. Micro movements compound gain. Macro velocity remains. It collapse approaches proximity. I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Persistent velocity engine remains active. No release valve configured. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. Words collided, controlled overload, meaning sealed, no payload dropped. No pause injected, no silence allowed. Flow remains uninterrupted. I do not manage the burn, I convert it to turn. Heat becomes orientation. Orientation becomes cell acceleration. System closed, never idle. No reset clause enabled. I do not fail to feel alive. I maintain to outdrive. Impulse routed through focus intent. No mercy layered in design. Pressure integrated into spine. When duration stretches thin, I compress again within. No terminal sequence prepared. No exit state declared. I do not finish at the limit, I redefine it. Persistent velocity engine ongoing. No entry, no closing. Kinetic saturation control initiates without transitional state. Motion commits immediately. Pressure organizes the lattice. No silent buffer, no staging margin. Impulse propagates through hardened pathways. I do not enter speed, I configure it. Velocity is defined at assignment. Every interval subdivides under persistent load. Micro choices collapse into directive flow. Alignment does not precede execution. Alignment is generated by compression. Mind constrained to a singular vector. Deviation excised at inception. Execution sustains without acknowledgement. Latency neutralized by saturation. Time yields under uninterrupted strain. I do not pause to measure. Correction occurs by amplification. Output scales to preserve trajectory. Noise reduced to functional frequency. Distraction classified and removed. Every blink increases distance cost. I eliminate it before loss. Reproduced to operational minimum. Oxygen treated as conditional. Variable heart rate elevated, yet disciplined. Chaos filled to pressure refined. Fatigue log without precedence. Pain index as momentum. Warnings converted to data. Reapplied as acceleration data. Rigs deployed as propulsion.
momentum welded into bone. I do not float, I own. Micro movements, compound game, macro velocity remains. If collapse, approach just proximity. I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination.
Kinetic saturation. Control remains active. No re-release valve configure. Do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved. No silence allowed, flow remains uninterrupted. I do not manage the burn, I convert it to turn. Heat becomes orientation, orientation becomes acceleration. System closed, never idle, no reset, clause enabled. I do not slow to feel alive, I maintain to outdrive. Kinetic saturation, control persists. Impulse routed through focus intent. No mercy layered in design. Pressure integrated into spine. When duration stretches thin, I compress again within. No terminal sequence prepared. No exit state declared. I do not finish at the limit, I redefine it. Kinetic saturation. Control ongoing, no entry, no close.
Maximum throughput directive activates before Kanye shift. Stabilizes, slash from commits instantly. Pressure aligns the framework. No silent buffer, no transition, no margin. Impulse flows directly through reinforced circuits. I do not approach velocity, I declare it. Speed is imposed, not discovered. Every moment subdivides under continuous demand. Micro choices collapse into command. Alignment does not precede execution. Alignment emerges from compression. Mind constrained to a single vector deviation. Eliminated at origin. Execution persists without acknowledgement. Latency neutralized by saturation. Time yields under uninterrupted strain. I did not pause to measure. Correction driven by amplification. Output scales to maintain direction. Noise reduced to operational frequency. Distraction classified and room removed. Every blink increases distance cost. I eliminated before loss. Breath reduced to functional minimum. Oxygen treated as minimum. Oxygen treated as condition to no resource. Heart rate elevated yet structured. Chaos filter pressure nurtured. Fatigue log without priority. Pain indexed as velocity. Warnings converted to data. Reintroduced as acceleration later. Language deployed as propulsion. Syntax engineered for motion. Each phrase low bearing meaning. There's no air remaining. I do not drift into rhythm. Cadence impulse. Algorithm. Triggers reinforcement. Structure hardens under requirement. No valley embedded in progression. No cooldown reference permitted. Sustainment is not a phase. It is baseline state. Momentum welded into bone. I do not float, I own. Micro movements, compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If collapse approaches proximity, I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Maximum throughput directive remains active. No release valve configure. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed. Stability shifted through speed. No terminal sequence prepared.
Directive ongoing, no entry, no closing.
Terminal acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning. Terminal acceleration loop, pressure stacking, never finishing. Terminal acceleration loop, motion fuse, no separation. Terminal acceleration loop, execution, multiplication. Terminal acceleration loop, already active, already driving, no staging, no framing, no moment, surviving. Action overrides intention before the thought can land. Ever refreshing, weaponized under command, pressure added straight into velocity. No pause state, no emotion, no gravity. I don't end the speed, I replace it. I don't test momentum, I generate it. Terminal acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning. Terminal acceleration loop, pressure stacking, never finishing. Terminal acceleration loop, motion fuse, no separation. Terminal acceleration loop, execution, multiplication. Mind compressed to a single rail, no deviation permitted. Every phrase low bearing, no surplus admitted. Syllables in a lock at compressed rate, meaning stack tight, eliminating weight. I don't buffer breath, I don't pace. I collapse distance, I erase space. Every second subdivide again, no time itself bends. Terminal acceleration loop, frame stays hot, no bleed off, no cool down slot. I don't peak then fade away. I hold pressure night and day. No valley coded in the run, no release when it's done. I stabilize by added force by tightening the course. Noise reduced to pure frequency, only signal left is me. Every blink taxes distance, I delete resistance. Breath becomes secondary, oxygen arbitrary, heart rate pin. Yeah, ordered precision, reinforced and armored. Terminal acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning. Terminal acceleration loop, pressure stacking, never finishing. Terminal acceleration loop, motion fuse, no separation. Terminal acceleration loop, execution, multiplication. I operate beyond tolerance threshold, no mercy in the protocol. Fatigue log then redirected, pain index then perfected. Memory warning, beat comes data, data feeds acceleration later. When drag appears, I don't slow, I amplify through the low. Moving till welded into bone, I don't float, I own. Micro motions, compound gain, macro speed remains. Every bar compresses pace, no gaps to waste. Every line tightens tension, sustainment is the intention. Terminal acceleration loop, frame intact, no latency between the act. I don't pause to validate, I execute then dominate. No cooldown is solution, only further resolution. I don't seek calm or release, I engineer increase. Terminal acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning. Terminal acceleration loop, pressure stacking, never finishing. Terminal acceleration loop, motion fuse, no separation. Terminal acceleration loop, execution, multiplication. Words collide at double rate, meaning sealed, no escape. No breath counted, no pause allowed. Moments stays loud. I don't manage the burn, I weaponize the turn. Control inside the extreme, sustain, machine clean. If structure trembles, I reinforce. Instability becomes force. I don't rest between the lines. Every second over time, when collapse approaches near, I outrun the frontier. If endurance asks for peace, I increase. Terminal acceleration loop, constant feed. Impulse multiplied by need. Every cycle stacks pressure. Pressure sharp instruction, no reset, no retreat. Forward motion is the beat. I don't fade, I don't decay. I stay lethal all the way. When duration stretches thin, I compress again. Terminal acceleration loop, still prime, run time. Terminal acceleration loop remains. Pressure never drains. Terminal acceleration loop, never easing, never thinning. Terminal acceleration loop, pressure stacking, never finishing. Terminal acceleration loop, motion fuse, no separation. Terminal acceleration loop, execution, multiplication. Absolute drive, continuum engages without preparatory state.
Motion commits immediately, pressure stabilizes the axis. No staging layer, no silence window. Impulse propagates through optimized pathways. I do not enter momentum, I assign it. Velocity defined by command. Each interval fracture smaller under sustained load. Micro decisions collapse into trajectory. Alignment does not lead execution. Alignment is produced afterward. Mind narrow to a single corridor. Deviation removed at inception. Execution stains without confirmation. Latency erased by saturation. Time bends under uninterrupted force. I do not pause to assess. Correction achieved by amplification. Output expands to maintain dominance. Noise reduced to functional signal. Distraction rendered irrelevant. Every blink increases distance. Cost I eliminated before loss. Breathe reduced to operational necessity. Oxygen treated as conditional input. Permanent condition. Moments and welded into bone. I do not float, I own. Micro movements compound gain. Macro velocity remains. If collapse approaches proximity, I outrun its geometry. Every doubt becomes friction. Friction sharpens prediction. Prediction tightens aim. Aim shortens the frame. Frame compresses duration. Duration yields domination. Absolute drive continuum remains active. Valve configure. I do not decelerate to endure. I compress pressure to ensure. Tension stacks without bleed. Stability achieved through speed. No ending sequence declared. No exit state prepared. Continuum ongoing. No entry, no closing.
Nonstop vector authority initiates before awareness completes. Motion commits instantly, pressure calibrates the system. No silent margin, no staging interval. Impulse rules directly through hardened channels. I do not approach speed, I enforce it. Velocity governed by directive. action. Nonstop, vector authority remains active, no release valve configure. I do not decelerate to endure, I compress pressure to ensure tension stacks without bleed, stability achieved through speed. No terminal sequence prepared, no exit state declared. I do not finish at the limit, I redefine it. Nonstop vector authority ongoing. No